Reunion. Hello, y'all. I was selling crack on a private jet up in the hell and back. But no confusion, this a reunion. Hello, y'all. Welcome back. Get murder here. He counting money. He said, "Can man, the hell with rap. I'm only here to shit on niggas and piss on bitches. Welcome, ass. I bought jewelry and bikes, nigga. Black Benzes and white Vickers. Now I'm out here and I'm looking for more chandeliers and light fixtures. Nah. I don't like niggas, what's wrong with me? I'm a hype nigga, but this 44 turn to Michael Jordan. I look and say, take flight, nigga.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is. This episode is sponsored by Underdog. The app is an easy way to make some cash just by making picks on your favorite players. Underdog is available in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, and New York, just to name a few. Make sure to support this show by hitting the link in the bio and downloading the Underdog app. Use code MACECAM or STAT to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash with your first deposit and a free pick. I'm Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, along with your host, soon to be Mace, Cam, and our analyst, Maurice Clarett.
Mo, what's happening, man?
Everything, baby, everything. Life is great as usual.
Like I always say, cocaine what?
Seasonal. Every time the cocaine cowboys act up,
Cowboys
rock the shirt.
Yeah. Send me a few of those. And send them to Mike Irvin, too.
Oh,
Yeah. Got out of there for Mike, baby. Cocaine Cowboys, man.
Facts.
I'm going to keep it 100, man. I didn't ask Mike this. But, Mike's pretty open about his career and everything else. And I ain't talking about you, Mike, when I asked this. But the last time, and I'm not talking, like I said, I'm being clear, I'm not talking about Michael Irvin. But the last time Dallas won, a lot of members was on cocaine. Should we get cocaine back in the locker room? I asked this question about a year ago. Pardon me. And that maybe was missing in the Dallas Cowboys locker room. Cocaine. Mike, if you want to chime in on it when you come back, I'll give you a couple of days ahead to let me know how you feeling about that. But cocaine may be the ingredient missing for a championship for the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh gosh, interested to see what his answer will be. Okay, so let's start with this Thursday night football game. This was a good one. The Ravens beat the Bengals 35-34. This was a good game. A lot of explosive plays. Maurice, what did you think of the outcome?
Man, I had a lot to think about it. And I'm gonna try to make sure I talk through it slowly. One, the Cincinnati Bengals came to play, and I just remember looking at the first drive, and I think there was two moments where it was like a fourth down that they didn't even send the punt team on the field, and they damn sure didn't send the kicking team on the field. And they came into Baltimore Stadium like, yo, we came here to win. We didn't come here to compete, and we're not about to make this a shootout. And so they started off, man, and they had the best of intentions, and Joe Burrow was controlling the game for the entire first quarter. It felt like Lamar was off the field, and these dudes was rocking and rolling. Throughout the first half, though, I said to myself, man, I hate the Bengals ownership, because when you seen Joe Burrows go out here and balling, you would say, like, why would you struggle to pay his wide receivers, and why would you struggle to put the pieces around him? Because when they're playing well, they can be in contention of going back to the Super Bowl. It was blowing my mind how these dudes don't see the same thing a fan would see, and I can see how they get mad at their ownership. And then it happened. I think it was one moment at the end of the third quarter, man. The dude basically fucked up and fumbled. Number 30, I forget his name.
Chase.
It just showed that once. Yeah. Chase Brown. My fault. Chase Brown. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know his first name, but once Lamar got the daylight or the day of light or got the momentum, man, he basically turned the whole season or turned the whole game around. And in the fourth quarter, they dominated. And I see that the Bengals tried to sneak back in and win the game, but Lamar Jackson and the Ravens were just too much for them. Pause. And but there, I don't know. It was a beautiful game. It was fun to watch. But man, if I'm Joe Burrows, I go back to the ownership and says, man, all of my production can't come through Jamar Chase. All of my yards from Joe Burrows can't come to Jamar Chase, and we need more help. And we are a playoff contending, potentially Super Bowl contending team if I had more pieces.
Yeah, that was great. Listen, man, I picked Cincinnati to win this game out of my love for Ohio, man. And it was looking fucking good, man. We was looking good. Niggas was up 21-7. And Mo just brought it up. Chase Brown fumbled, and the momentum just switched for the rest of the game. Me and PT were actually just in the lounge before we started filming. It's kind of like the last game when the Yankees played, and Aaron Judge made that error in the 5th inning, and you just watched the Yankees World Series slip right away before your eyes in the 5th inning. And this is how I felt. No, it's not that severe of a game like the World Series, but this is kind of how this game went. That kid fumbled. They were down 21-7. I'm talking about the Ravens, that is, for the audience who's confused or what I'm saying, or I'm not keeping up. I'm going a little too fast, but Cincinnati was up 21-7. Chase Brown fumbled on about the 30-yard line, so Baltimore had great field position. And you give Lamar Jackson that field position, he scores. Cincinnati gets the ball back, they don't score. Lamar Jackson gets the ball back, they score, and they tie it up. That builds momentum. Not just that, when they do score, they miss the extra point. So now you're up 21-20, Cincinnati, that is, because the Ravens missed the extra point. What happens? Baltimore gets the ball back again. They score and they say, you know what? We like that. We going for 2. So that if they do get a touchdown, we'll be back in the 7-point lead. And they get the 2-point conversion. But then Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase them in. Niggas playing games, man. First play after that, touchdown, tied up. First play right after the Ravens score, I said, yo, before I continue how the game went, Jamar Chase is nasty, and you're absolutely right, Mo. Y'all niggas is going to have to pay now, or he's going somewhere else that niggas will pay.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that right now. That nigga looked amazing last night. 264 yards, amazing catches. That last touchdown that he scored when he got his 2 feet in, amazing. Jamar Chase, kudos, nigga. Kudos. Charge them niggas. You should charge them niggas. But the point being is, man, they fucked that game up. Because at the end of the game, listen, and I say it's gutsy, look, at the end of the game, you go down, and you score a touchdown with less than 2 minutes left. They leave 30 seconds on the clock, and then I say to myself, yo, they going for 2? They putting their season on the line right now. If they going for 2, they are absolutely putting their season on the line right now. I'm with it. I'm with all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely with all that. And they couldn't complete the 2-point conversion. Now, was it penalties at the end of on that play? Absolutely. It was a bunch of penalties on that play. But if the ref don't call it, the people upstairs don't call it, it is what it is. I think that the coaching staff said, this is where we're going to see if we're going to make it to the playoffs this year. This is what we're going to see. And they didn't get it, and I feel bad for Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase for that matter, because they definitely did what they had to do. But once Chase Brown fumbled, you gave the Ravens the game.
Yeah. And then I just want to add, I actually just feel bad for the Bengals. They've just been having a lot going on. It feels like they're always one play short. But right now, the Bengals are 4-6. Their 4 wins this season are against the 2-7 Panthers, 2-7 Giants, 2-7 Browns, and 2-7 Raiders. So, Maurice, how do you think the energy is with the Bengals in their locker room, their team? Like, how do you even think they're feeling right now, just with all these losses, really?
No, you have to be conflicted. So you can go back and, like they say, the eye in the sky doesn't lie. And if you look at the film, they played a great game, right? And you played it against a great team on their home field. So you're saying to yourself that when we actually commit to playing good football against a great team, against someone within our division, we play great football. So, like, you become conflicted. Then you say, but you also say, like, you can't fumble and give momentum away to somebody like Lamar Jackson. And I just seen how Lamar Jackson, like, he's a wily coyote. Like, my man gets the ball, and once he breaks containment, like the defensive backs, no matter who they are, and no matter how bad his arm is, he creates the angles to everybody see, like, they're just the crazy throws that he has. They're not like your traditional drop back quarterbacks, perfect form throws, but it's like you playing like rec football out in the front yard on the playground. Like he does that at the NFL level. And so I can see how they can get frustrated from that when he gets those plays off and so on and so forth. But as the Bengals have a lot to be happy about. But I'm telling you right now, I was watching the game and the only people that I got mad at was the ownership. Because I said, if you have Joe Burrows, who's a generational talent, and quarterbacks are that hard to find, and if you have Jamar Chase, and at the beginning of the season, when niggas should be talking about getting ready for the season, this nigga arguing about his contract. And you talk about T. Higgins and niggas arguing about their contracts. Like, we shouldn't even be in a situation like worried about that stupid shit. We should be preparing for the season, but you have all these variations and people not getting reps because niggas sitting out and all this dumbass shit. And so I just got mad at their ownership because it's more ownership surrounding these dudes with the right pieces, and they wouldn't be and shouldn't be in the situation. That's my take on it.
Yeah. Not just that, you're absolutely right, but they got to get other people besides Jamar Chase and besides Joe Burrow. Excuse me. Offensive line sucks, and it been sucked since Joe Burrow been there. Joe Burrow been hurt several times since he's been at the Bengals. Only been 3 years. Maybe this is fourth year. It hasn't been more than 4, 3 or 4.
Yeah.
He's been injured half his career fucking with that offensive line. And then let's think about the run game. We sitting here looking at the team of total rushing yards, 49 rushing yards. Joe Burrow had 428 yards passing, bro. He threw the ball 56 times. So you got Joe Burrow throwing the ball 56 times. Now, 426 yards sound delicious. Pause if you're a quarterback, like I killed him. But we got to establish a run game if you're Cincinnati. 49 yards is just pathetic. Derrick Henry had more yards by himself. Derrick Henry, he had 68 yards, which is not a lot for Derrick Henry. And by the way, Derrick Henry has scored a touchdown every game so far this season. But and shout out to him. But this was an absolute great game for both quarterbacks. Both quarterbacks, this is the only time they were saying this year that head on, there's 8+ touchdowns for each quarterback. So not Jamar Chase, Lamar Jackson 4 touchdowns, Joe Burrow 4 touchdowns, and they both threw 4 or more touchdowns last time they met each other. Sensational game by both quarterbacks, man. But shout out to the Ravens.
Yeah. And then Mase, glad to have you. How you feeling today?
Great. I was thinking about this 231 in the fourth. What's up, Mo? What's up, Killer?
Nice.
231 in the fourth quarter is just way too much to win a game. If you allow a team to get 231 extra yards in the fourth quarter, this is just, like Killer said, the word is pathetic. That's uncalled for. I don't know what to say. But the 428 was pause. That was special.
Yeah. And then just a follow-up question. Basically what we were just discussing too is like, so the Bengals have another loss. Their 4 wins were to teams who are 2-7. How do you think the energy is for them in their locker room just with all these losses? And
they know this is going to be a short season. I think they kind of figured that out by now. What they can do is prepare for next season and create that chemistry. A lot of this was predetermined by the way they went into the season. The season started out shaky. They did nothing to correct it. They rolled the dice, and they aced.
That's that. Words from Mase. You said they got to start looking to their season next year.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you don't win this time, but you can start using that momentum towards next year. Yeah, I think that would be the best thing to do. So that way you don't just start losing more games. You could really end this year with a great closing and look forward to next year. I think that's what we would do in Titletown. Yeah. But trying to give some of that Titletown understanding to the other team.
Yeah, because the Bengals definitely need it right now. Okay, moving along, let's talk about Jayden Daniels, but not Jayden Daniels. We're actually going to talk about his mother, who has officially became an agent. So Heather Van Norman served as a business manager for her son early in his career, and now she is a certified agent. So she will help represent her son in contract negotiations. Maurice, do you think this is a good idea? Because this is literally keeping the family close, but in business as well.
I think it's a phenomenal idea. Obviously, she has to be competent on some level to pass the NFL agent exam. But then, people always look to how can I help the people around me? And typically the people around you don't necessarily have the skill set for what it is that you need for the current moment. And they, in most cases, people don't want to go out and educate themselves to figure out how to assist you with whatever it is you need. But obviously his mother did that. And if she looks at the way he's playing, he'll probably sign one of these, $300 million, $400 million contracts. And I think agents get between, 1% and 3% in the NFL. And I would rather give that to my mother if she was competent and had the ability to do so. And he'll probably be with the Commanders for the rest of his career, for a foreseeable career, based on how I think he's starting out. So I think it's phenomenal. But then also to build onto that, I think that we always criticize people for things not working out with their friends. And it's good to have examples. So somebody can say, hey, this is how they did it. This is what they did. So if one day she may be doing a speaking interview or something, maybe she can give guidance to another family member, friend, parent, or somebody who's looking to support their kid who is in the professional ranks.
Yeah, I think this is a good idea when it starts, but it can grow into a horrible idea because how do you fire your mother if you have to? Like that would have to be crazy. Like, Mom, we gotta talk. you know I mean, this is something you don't even fathom, but when you're doing business, I mean, this is one of those reasons why people say don't put family and business together or things like that. Have you ever heard of that stat?
Don't put family and business together?
Yeah.
They say don't work with people that you gotta direct.
I wanted
People
to
don't
know.
People don't take it lightly.
Yeah. They say, well, it's not. In our generation, they used to say, it's just business. It's nothing personal, but it's nothing more personal than business because the money that you use from business takes care of your personal life.
Thanks.
Correct.
Cam?
Excuse me. Yeah, it's tough if things don't go right. It's hard to fire a parent, but hopefully things will go right. It's a bunch of parents, just agents or managers or trainers, and sometimes they got to get fired. That's just the way it is. But I know, like Mo just said, his contract's going to be exceptional. So even if he keeps her the first time around and has to get rid of her PC should be enough for her to say, okay, don't say I didn't look out. You're set off the PC that you're going to get off $300 million. So it could be potentially bad. It could long run. But if it's not, listen, man, it's really about the skill set because nobody's going to fight harder than you, than your mother. But it's also about the knowledge. Do you know what you're talking about? You could just be in there saying anything and things may not be legally correct or things that are just impossible to achieve. And I really don't know. I'm sitting here, I'm pardon me more from taking a minute. I'm sitting here just thinking about who would I put in that situation and that I love. And I can't really think of anybody because Mase made a great point. The road may get rocky and it's me. And when it comes to me, I know what's best for me. And maybe because I've been doing this so long, maybe if I was 22 or 23 or 24, like Jayden is, then I may be thinking, yeah, my mom know what the fuck she doing. But I'm older and I know what I'm doing. So I don't know. I don't know.
And there's a lot of blind spots to the mom being the manager or the agent, because if she goes in there and somebody says the wrong thing to your mother, that even brings out a different you because they're now disrespecting your mother. It's not taken the same way when it's somebody else, or it's just Chad or Jack from Illinois somewhere. He said, what did my mother? Word? Yeah, I couldn't believe he talked to me like that. He was rude. You'll hear it a different way because it's your mother. And also, it's just so many blind spots that come with the mother doing the job. But I would say there's no love like a mother's love. So that makes her the most delusional when it comes to you as well, because she's not going to really see it 100% the right way just because of being a mom. I'm not saying 100% of the time, but that can be a blind spot. But I don't want to say every mother is like that.
And this is, I mean, Odell Beckham Jr. mother is his agent. So it isn't like the first time this is happening. I don't know how that worked out for him, but we'll see. Go ahead, Mom. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, when I made the question, or when I seen that, and obviously we all do the show together, like my natural thought was that, have you all ever had somebody who wasn't necessarily qualified to try to play a role in y'all's life? You know what I mean? That was the second half of the question that Stat didn't ask. And I said, she may not be qualified. And we always talk about we look for opportunity. And oftentimes we don't understand what it takes to make the opportunity or to pursue it. But I can imagine with y'all being as successful that y'all have had people come in and basically, try to play roles or try to help out or try to do more than what they thought that they could do or didn't have the skill set for. And I was just wondering, like, how did y'all handle that? And y'all ain't got to get too specific or particular, but I think like this is sort of like a similar situation, being that if you're a Black woman, you may not get the most elite clients. And I'm giving my mother an opportunity that she probably couldn't go out to the marketplace and get. And if you have a friend who's a huge music star, this may be an opportunity I don't get. But how do you navigate that with be a friend's family opportunity? And hopefully I'm making sense of what I'm talking about.
You're making sense.
The second half of the question.
Well, listen, me personally, I'd give a lot of people who's not qualified opportunities to give them time to grow to see if they can do the job eventually. And if they can't do the job eventually, then I gave you enough time to see if you could figure it out. This just isn't for you. But look, Kendall Jenner, genius, Brandy mother. It's mothers who's qualified and know what the fuck they doing and can get their kids the money. So it ain't like it's a bunch of mothers that don't know what they're doing. There's mothers out there who get that chicken and bring other clients in as well because they see what they're doing for their kids. So it isn't like people don't want to fuck with certain mothers, but if you prove that you know what you're doing, you'll get other clients. But me personally, I'll give you opportunity. I give a lot of people opportunity that don't know what the fuck they doing. If they don't pick up on it and learn from it, then I got to get somebody who's qualified to do the job.
That was a really good take, because those were some good mothers. Even I remember we was talking about Lamar Jackson's mom doing the same thing and
forgot about her. Yep.
Yeah, securing a very great deal. And I would say at this point, and from my vantage point, I don't think it's wise to do that, but to each his own. I think I'm not a firm believer of letting people learn with my life, but I understand that concept. I definitely understand that concept. I used to always do that, and then it put me in so many bad situations, so I don't let people learn with my life no more.
Okay. Now let's discuss basketball. So on Wednesday, the Lakers lost to the Grizzlies 131-114. Ja Morant and LeBron had a lot of banter back and forth throughout the game. Ja hit the too small. LeBron hit it too. And then later, Ja got a tech for bumping into LeBron. After the game, Ja said, "I don't like them." When speaking about the Lakers, he said, "They knocked me out of the playoffs. And then last year we had a game and they came here and popped it on our home floor when I was in street clothes. I wasn't tonight." Maurice, what did you think of the exchanges between Ja and LeBron and what he had to say about the Lakers?
Well, y'all know LeBron, my man, but I like all that from Ja. I like it. I love just the competitiveness. I love the hunger. I love the fuck you attitude. And I think everybody loved him. I think that's why everybody loved him, aside from the off the court stuff that he got in trouble with. The fiery spirit, the competitiveness, we know how great you are and who you are, but I'm about to compete my ass off against you. I think that's what people want to see. And I think, like, if you've ever been to Memphis and been around Memphis, I think he embodies the Memphis spirit, and he's carrying it and he walks around with it. But I loved it. I loved when they do the too small, whatever gesture that is. And I love when he went over and bumped him. But it's competing, you know what I'm saying? And I'm happy that we are in this space. We went for so long talking about NBA players and everybody's buddy and everybody's friends, but fuck all that. I love like people who compete. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I really agree with you, Mo. But what was the bump about? I didn't get that part. Like, he scored a basket all the way out there and then ran and bumped LeBron, paused from behind. What What was that about? I didn't get that.
I think that's more theatric. I think if I was in the stadium, I would assume that people were probably getting loud every time he did. Like he went to go get a bucket, or he scored on somebody, or physically backed him down, and you going back and forth. And I think he just got caught up in the moment. Like, we'll go through his head. He probably like, man, fuck this nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I really believe that you just in the moment, you hype.
What
you
does
showing
the
people
bump
that I'm
mean?
not about to,
What is the bump? What did you get out of the bump?
I think he was just excited. Yeah, the theatrics of it all. I just think he was excited.
Like the theatrics.
Theatrics. There you go, Stat. Thank you.
So why didn't he just slap him from behind if that's what he was going for, just getting a reaction?
He on probation, man.
That's what I was thinking.
No, I did say this. I said, man, he might be fucking up his Nike situation. LeBron a big dog at Nike, right? You can't you can only go so far. You don't need LeBron like blocking your blessings when you're trying to like climb the ranks of Nike, knowing that they got a statue at a stadium named after him on Nike's campus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Just to add to that real quick, a slap is very different from a bump, because if you slap LeBron purposely, hey.
But he ran up and went like this from behind. So I'm like, it made no sense. It's different if you dunk on somebody and you like, yeah. But if I score all the way out there, to run up and bump you like this from behind, I just didn't get that. I still don't. Maybe I'm in the last 1900s, But,
Man, the nigga listen to me, the nigga went and scored 50 and was in the NBA and he got caught with a bunch of straps and shit. Like, that shit didn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? The nigga don't make sense. He in Memphis. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right.
Great point. Cam, what are your thoughts?
I like the competition. I think it's cool. I don't think the bump made any sense. Ja Morant will not get traded, but niggas like Desmond Bain, y'all need to stop. Y'all need to chill out, because after the game was over, he didn't play and he was talking shit about LeBron. LeBron already got one of you niggas traded. Brooks is in Houston. And not only that, LeBron had 40. Let's not act like he had 40. They lost, but he had 40. He had 39. More than everybody. He's 40 getting 40. So don't act like you out here killing LeBron. And I like Ja Morant. I'm a big Ja Morant fan. Like, we've been advocating wanting to see more Ja Morant. But now you're out. You're hurt again. For we don't know how many games, for hip soreness, pause. Flying and jumping all around, acting crazy.
20 points.
For 20 points, and you letting your emotions get the best of you. And I get it, and I get what you said after the game. But the acting the way you've been acting has not been detrimental for you as a player in the NBA, because you get suspended for things off the court. You're hurt when it's playoff time because you're jumping in too excited. And I like all the excitement. Listen, I think you're athletic. I think you're dope. I don't think it's a more exciting player than you. I didn't say it wasn't players better than you. I'm talking about when it comes to excitement, you're top shelf. But running and bumping niggas and all that shit is like, bro, you're getting mad emotional. Stay in the game. Now, I agree with Mase totally. If you dunked on a nigga, if you was in his face, whatever, you ran from over there to bump a nigga that wasn't even paying attention. And then nigga had 40. And he's 40. And he got somebody traded for playing games with him over there already. Won't happen to Ja, but I advise all y'all other niggas, tread lightly when it come to LeBron. Brooks is in Houston currently.
Currently, you have an ex-player in Houston.
Yeah, great point. Can't argue with that. Okay, so now let's get into early predictions. So who do you guys think should be at the top of the list in the MVP conversation? When looking back, no American has won it since James Harden in 2017. Maurice, is it time for an American, or do we not know?
Oh, we got one American.
We got one in America. Who is it?
Tatum is looking like he could be a candidate, but I'm gonna let you go.
I was gonna go two people. I was gonna go Anthony Edwards, and believe it or not, I was gonna go with Ja Morant. I thought that when I seen this commercial with Ja Morant, and he would come back out here and try to wow the league and pick up on all the lost time, I thought that either of those two, and in particular, because those two, based on play, are exciting. And I thought that you would get one of those, which would be like the first American MVPs if you had to pick them up. But Tatum is not a bad choice.
I think with this beginning of the NBA season, there's almost a plethora of USA players that look like they playing on MVP level. When you think of Donovan Mitchell, he's definitely one that comes to mind. What I've seen Stephen Curry do for the first couple of games is on that level. What I've seen from who else? Tatum. That's 3 already right there. KD is playing really well. LeBron just had 40. It seemed like LeBron is showing up early and showing up greatly. So that's already about 4 or 5 players. We haven't even gotten to people like Joel Embiid because he haven't been playing. But 4 to start and 4 and 5 is a lot compared to last year. Last year we didn't have anybody but probably Anthony Edwards.
Let me ask you this real quick before you go real quick. Do you believe that they have to name an American MVP?
Mo, I didn't even give my answer yet, Mo. The answer is no. I don't think, nigga, you know what the Joker's averaging right now, man? The Joker's averaging 29 points, 14 rebounds, 11 assists on 53% shooting.
You're right.
53% shooting. My second candidate, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 26.6 rebounds, 7 assists, 49% shooting. Donovan Mitchell, maybe? No, the Joker. The joke. These are, do you hear what I'm saying? A center is averaging 11 assists. I know the Joker just gets redundant and be like, we can't give it to him again. How many times we gonna keep giving it to the Joker? The nigga's averaging a triple-double on 53% shooting, 29, 14, and 11? No.
That's tough.
I don't see no Americans doing what this nigga doing. And I mean, y'all all name some people that's nice.
Playing good.
They not doing this.
Yeah, they not.
Nah, niggas ain't doing this, bro. So, my bad, Mo. You wanted to ask another question. Cool.
No, but it goes to my point. For marketing purposes for the league, do you have to include American in the conversation, or do you have to try to make an American MVP to preserve the...
If you just want to be not fair and give it to a nigga because they American, then fine. If you talking about what niggas is doing on the court, I get what you're saying. It's like, yo, bro, it's starting to get annoying. We got to give it to somebody else. We can't be just giving it to this nigga every year. Come on, shit getting stupid. But these numbers is crazy. This is not crazy numbers. These numbers is wild. Me and White was talking about it earlier. These numbers is wild, yo. These is wild numbers. For a son to be averaging 11 assists, I don't know. Like I say, I'm not mad at what you guys were saying. I just think that these numbers are crazy.
And we can't keep giving it to niggas like this.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I thought that was
we're not, though. That's why it's been what it's been, because we're not. It's like, look, y'all got to step it up. That's why Jokic is going to get it. Yeah, I mean, not Giannis right now, but yeah, we're not in the conversation. And that's the reality. We're not.
So let me ask you this stat. Let me ask you this. How many commercials do you see of Jokic or any of these international players?
I mean, I don't see a lot of them, but I don't think they want to be.
Mo moving the goalposts. Mo moving the goalposts.
Cares to be.
What Killer said was right. You moving the goalposts.
I'm not moving the goalposts. I'm making a point. So you go from the era of KD, Steph, LeBron, D-Wade, Chris Bosh, like that whole wave of people, right? Mm-hmm. And then you come into this new wave, and then you have these international players dominating. Like the league runs off of advertisement. The league runs off of like somebody being the face of it. How can you be the face of something and you're not the NBA? Like, you have to be included in the MVP conversations. And Tatum may be that guy. He may be the clean cut guy because they don't want Jaylen Brown because he's too pro-black. That's what I'm talking about. Like, do you have to give it to an American for somebody to step in that place that LeBron eventually is going to leave out? Like, we're holding on to stories of LeBron and Bronny. I'm not knocking that, But to me, you have to hold on to these stories if you don't have nobody else who's marketable or who can become the face of the league. That's the point I was making. I don't know if it ties into conversations, but that's what I was saying.
Yeah, but I think that's the point. I think that's why we are going to keep holding on to stories of LeBron and Ronnie, because it's a new era. Like, Jokic is so nonchalant. We know he likes to go home and ride his horses, yet he's the best player. Like, we've seen him putting up crazy numbers. He's a big man. He can do it all. He don't want to be in commercials. He doesn't want to do the flashy. He doesn't want to do the extra. It might not be as marketable, but good is good. So if he wins that, he wins. Like,
the nigga don't want to go to the parade after they win the championship, man. Nigga just want to get back to Serbia, wherever he from. Like, yo, the whole, and right, you made some great points there. That's why I just jumped in and piggyback pause off what you just said, because that's the most this is the most nonchalant triple-double ever. Like, this triple-double is wild nonchalant, like whatever. I keep coming over here every fucking year just killing y'all niggas' pause. And I go back home to my country and I'm fucking a hero for killing y'all niggas' pause every year. To your point, Mo, like you said, we're looking for a face of the league trying to replace LeBron. But let's face it, probably the last 3 years there's only been one American first-team All-NBA anyway. You got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, first-team All-NBA 2 years in a row. You got Luka. You got the Joker. And you got Giannis. I forget who's in fifth. It may have been Tatum. But you got 4 players who's not from America, first-team All-NBA. So if they're going to start cheating, they should start right there. And stop putting niggas first-team All-NBA if you want to just have the face of America and just be like, yo, we can't put you foreigners of first-team All-NBA because we're trying to market the NBA towards America. Do something about it. These niggas is killing y'all niggas the last few years, and we're losing as a country. Now, we're the best country as a unit, but when you start putting these niggas from Canada and Europe and Germany and Australia all together, it's hard to tell. I really believe that's the way you spruce up the All-Star game. The All-Star game been trashed for years. Dunk contests, etc. The way you spruce up the All-Star game, Adam Silver, is you put the best Americans against the best people who's not from America, because they're going to go hard and people pause and niggas will watch that.
Yeah.
You watch
they
that.
will get pause. They get blown out.
I don't know who's going to win, but I know niggas would be playing to be like, whether you Shai Gilgeous-Alexander from Canada or you're Giannis from Greece or you're Jokic from Serbia, you'll be like, yeah, let's get these niggas. Because as a unit, we're the best unit as a country. That's been proven as the United States won the gold medal. But when you take a little bit of every other country.
Yeah, that might be crazy.
Yeah, so if you want to entertain.
Victor and a Joker with Giannis.
With Shai and Luka.
They'll lose by a lot. They'll lose by a lot.
Yeah.
Giannis is averaging 31-12. He's right behind. If he doesn't have the assist, but he's averaging 12 rebounds and 31 points. And your man is leading the league in scoring.
Right, but
Anthony Davis.
Right, but not to cut you off from that. And that's another thing when it comes to the MVP. You got to win too. Giannis and them are winning right now. And he hasn't played. He bust ass last night, pause, but you got to win. I haven't seen an MVP. And I'm not saying the Milwaukee has plenty of time to get it together. But I Googled it last year, actually. I don't remember when it was the last time. So it was like 1950 something, the last time somebody with a losing record got the MVP. I'm not saying Milwaukee's going to finish with a losing record whatsoever. But they're not looking in sync right now, whether it be Giannis and Doc Rivers or whatever the case may be. Damien, I have no idea what it is, but they're not looking in sync. Maybe Giannis needs his brother. He's not in the NBA right now. They finally got the nasty, whatever his name, no disrespect. Just the nasties. They finally said enough's enough, and Giannis might be bucking pause because niggas is like, yo, I thought we had a deal. And he's not in the league. But I don't know when the last time somebody, it's like 1950 or 60-something, somebody won the MVP with a losing record, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. All that goes to say, the Americans, we don't have to step it up because we're
Americans. Where are you from, Stat?
From America, too. We're going to have to step it up. That's all we can really do. Okay. We're going to go to break. When we return, we will discuss Colorado. Don't go anywhere.
She called this thing about toxic. 4 years and counting. Got you feeling like an option. Maybe I'm my own problem, babe. She tired of hearing I don't know. What's stubborn in me won't fall. Dealing with this thing called trust. But she really thinking about it. She wanna be free. Why am I here? This woman wanna be free. Hell, I don't wanna see her walk away. I wish somebody told me the rules. Disagreements let her win, and it's cool. Even when I'm right, this ain't a...
Welcome back. Now let's get into our underdog picks of the day. Today, the Pacers will play the Hornets. Underdog has Halliburton at 19.5 points. Do you have him higher or lower, Mase?
Higher.
I'm going to go high against the Hornets. Pause.
Okay.
I ain't watched the Hornets play this season, man.
You saw the buzzer beater?
LaMelo's been balling.
That's what I was going to bring up. How's LaMelo looking? Because he Michael Jackson of the family. That's Michael.
Not Tito.
Yeah.
Not Tito.
Nah, it's Joe Jackson, LeVar. Lonzo is, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, he's Janet.
Yeah.
And Melo is Michael.
I was going to say this.
I don't mean it in a gender way. I mean popularity. And Melo's Michael of the family. So I was just wondering.
The other guy?
I don't even know the other nigga name.
I ain't want to say his name. You get in trouble.
Who?
Gino.
Oh, you talking about? I told you I refuse to talk. I'm not doing those people.
Those people?
Type of people of the world, man.
That's good. Shout out to Gino.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's Jello.
Yeah. Whatever.
It's not Gino. They giving me the wrong information. Shout out to Jello.
Yeah, we not in the same boat. I was going to tell that nigga. I was like, yo, does he think he's so lit? I'm like, I was going to tell nigga, like, me and you walk in any arena, basketball arena, and see who knows who, and then you walk in the arena.
Take the lit test.
The lit test. Whoever walk in and see. Cause you ever think about it? You ever think like, yo, you think nigga he be walking in place, be like, yo, that's Jello, yo. Yo. Yo.
I thought it was squash, killer.
You put the nigga up.
I was giving him a shout out.
I was talking about the Michael Jackson. That was it. That nigga, I ain't see him play this year. That's why we was doing the over and under. It's a stat fault for bringing the game up. I was just trying to see.
We didn't even get to the Hornets yet.
Yeah, I was just seeing, because I didn't see the Hornets play. I was wondering if LaMelo was balling out. I like LaMelo a lot. Pause.
Yeah, and just so he has been.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Okay, Siakam's at 5.5 first quarter points. Do you have him higher or lower, Cam?
Lower.
High.
Okay, and now we're getting to LaMelo. He's at 40.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Do you have him higher or lower?
Against Indiana? Mm-hmm. That's a lot. Points, rebounds, and assists. I'm going low.
I'm gonna go low. I gotta watch him play this year. I think he has the potential to do it. He's a star.
40? That means he would have to have 20, 10, and 10. No, I don't have that. I could see him having a great game. 18, 11 assists, 5 rebounds, but
just so you know, I just got to read the stats. Rockets, he had 34. Hawks, he had 34. He had 27. Celtics, he had 31. Celtics, he had 36.
Oh, I'm going high.
I'm just saying, like, he been balling.
I stand corrected, Melo.
Yeah, that's why I got to watch the game.
Respect on your name.
Yeah, he like, I'm a grown man, pause at this point, yo. Like, it's time to act up. Because listen, let's be honest. What LeVar Ball did, people was frowning upon it, dissing it. Melo been playing against grown men since he's about 15. Went overseas and played. Then that Australian league is very, very underrated. I believe that's the second best league outside of the NBA in the world. And he went over there and had a great, great couple years over there. Excuse me. I'm not going to say he dominated, But he's playing against grown men at 16, 17 years old in the second best league in the world. You know, not guaranteed, but a lot of people say that Aussie league is really, really tough. And he's probably just maturing into, not saying his prime, because I still don't think he's in his prime, but, you know, just being a grown man, pause.
Yeah. Shout out to LaMelo. If you guys are rocking with these picks, remember you always get a free pick if you're not already on Underdog, so make sure to support the show, sign up now, and you can make your picks too. Maurice is back. Time to talk about
real
Colorado.
Quick, yo, White. Can I talk to White real quick?
Go for it.
Put White.
What's up?
Make sure we got the camera on White. Pause. Yo, I just cut my finger, pardon me, everybody. I was coming back in. Did Mase tell you need to bring your shit down a little bit? I heard. What is he talking about? I don't know. No, I'm talking. It sounded wild out there. I just heard it. I just said, White, bring your shit down. I don't know what he was referring to.
I wasn't even feeding into that pause. I wasn't even feeding into none of that.
I don't know. I was trying to fix my business.
Talking about the hairline. Okay, I went to a Dominican barber,
okay,
but I'm not even listening to none of that.
I didn't know what he was talking about. I just heard him bring your shit down a little bit. There's a whole lounge said, hey, yo. I was just making sure I heard correctly. My bad, Stat.
Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go.
You did hear correctly. Yeah, that was the question.
Here we go.
That's the killer, no.
That's what the lounge, the lounge was like.
Yeah.
Come murder. Come on,
Oh, the lounge.
Everybody, the whole shit said, hey, yeah.
That nigga PT.
Yeah, PT was regular.
Yeah, all right.
Sorry, White. Okay, let's talk about Colorado on the AP Top 25 College Football poll. Colorado has been going up on the ranks, placing at 21. Maurice, do you feel like the media has been quieter since Colorado has been getting more wins this time around this season?
Oh, they've been significantly quieter, and that's why I put this in the topic of conversation, because I want to bring them back in the conversation. And niggas was talking so much shit. They was talking about how many times they lost and all the people that they had to compete against at the back half of the season, talking all that shit about Shador. Travis Hunter has been playing so good that you couldn't ignore him. But the storyline of like all the hype, like the whole Deion train was supposed to be about hype, right? But now when you get into like the schematics and the winning and the taking the shitty team and turning it around, if this was any other coach, it's the same thing with the guys doing over at Indiana. He took a shitty program and he's being praised for somebody who took a shitty program and turned it around within a year or two, right? This is the same thing that Deion's done, but they'll never give him the credit. They just want to criticize him for what they consider theatrics or how he markets the program, but I'm just here to basically put the name back in the news. It's not like he needs my help or he need our help because he is who he is. But it is good to see Shador doing well. He'll probably be the first pick in the draft. And it's good to see Colorado doing well because I told you all before, former players having the ability to come in, do what they want to from a marketing standpoint, and it looks different than normal college football. Deion is basically setting the blueprint, and I salute him for that.
Yeah, I mean, I think you made a great point, Mo. When he was losing last year, they couldn't wait to talk about it. But at the same time, Deion's a marketing genius. Real quick before we get into what's going on with Colorado now, I just want to say thanks, Coach Prime. I get so many boxes and gifts and not just gifts, you know, people who's advertising they shit. And my shit is just filled up with boxes. So I finally went through a lot of boxes I didn't have. And I'm so mad because I usually know Colorado boxes. But I opened up my box earlier last night. Pause.
Ooh, that was crazy.
The whole thing about it, the whole thing is if you don't know what a box is, that's crazy for you. that's wild. If you go on the box, because when I open up the box, so that's what I don't know what y'all all into, but usually when I open up a box, I'll open up a box. That's just me. That's just me personally. But yeah, I was a cell phone, and I got my prime cell phone. You know, I bought the shades for everybody and the sneakers, and somehow, some type of way, I missed out on the phone. I just got my Deion Sanders phone. Thanks, Coach Prime. I appreciate that. Now I got a bat line, and it won't be for any of you bitches. Keep it for business. We'll use it strictly for my business line, because y'all bitches is already fake numbering me to death on these phones. I can't even. Anyway, yes, I think that, to be honest with you, Mo, I like the way it is, though, right now, to be honest. Look, let's not make too much noise. Let the media watch them here and there. Bring them up, pause, because they are ranked, and if they win out, they could potentially make the playoffs. And that's where I need to be. I need to be at the playoffs. So let's keep everything on the hush. I like the way it is right now. We're not talking too much about things. We're bringing them up. Travis Hunter is definitely having a Heisman season. Heisman season this year.
Heisman season.
Yes.
Yeah.
What conference are they in, Mo? The name of it?
Big 12.
Big 12. I'm sorry. He was actually the Big 12 Offensive Player of the Week and the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Week in the same fucking week. Like, yo. And when he's healthy, he's just a tremendous athlete to watch. When I was at the last game, man, Coach Prime did some Babe Ruth shit, man. And when I say that, this is no cap. I can't even make this shit up. I was on the sideline. Coach Prime see me. You know, Coach Prime, you know, Larry, Mase been there. He hasn't been to the locker room, but Larry and Stat know. And you know, it's like you on the field, you go to the locker room, you see this and that. So Coach Prime got a lot of things going on. And when we were walking down the field, he see me. He's like, "Oh shit, I didn't know you was here today, Cam." I'm like, he didn't curse. He's like, "Oh man, I didn't know you." I was like, "Yeah, I'm here. Yo, Coach, I'm not, you got shit to do. When you at work, go to work." He said, "Nah, don't worry about it." So I'm standing on the sideline. They get the ball. He comes up to me and says, "I ain't know you was here today. Watch this." What? All right, guys. What you gonna do? I'm just sideline. They ran a play. The nigga Shador threw it to the nigga. Nigga ran the touchdown. They brought it back because the nigga threw the peace sign up. But he came over to me and said, "Yeah, it's like that." I said, "Yo, that's why I'm here." The nigga came up to me personally, pointed at, it's on tape. I got the tape. Pointed at me, said, "Yeah, I didn't know you was here. Watch this." They went and scored the touchdown. They're in really good rhythm. They got good protection for Shador. I like the way the publicity is going last year. It's not too much, it's not too little. Let's keep it the way it was and keep it the way it is, so hopefully we can get to the playoffs. They already won enough games to be in bowl contention. So that's great, and congratulations to Coach Prime and them kids out there in Colorado.
Yeah, for sure, and shout out to Colorado. And then last topic before we wrap. So we've seen over the years how the path to college sports has changed, where nowadays most kids go to these elite schools, they're heavily trained or come through a top program or system. Maurice, I know you had a story from UConn and you had a dope experience over there. I want you to kind of elaborate on that and the discussion that was had about these varying experiences that these college students have and what it takes for them to become a dog.
Yeah, so the conversation when I was with Coach Hurley and the UConn staff, and it was after practice, and they were just talking about the type of players that get recruited now. And they said, and this question, what they asked me to ask it to you all on the show, and they said like the type of kids that they get now, they're typically like I don't want to say they create the adversity by taking kids to certain camps that they want to see their kids play at, or taking them to different leagues where they want to see their kids play at, but they sort of like manufacture the adversity. And so if you was in Harlem, you had to go to the court outside in Harlem, you had to live in the Harlem streets, and you had to come up against any adversity that was outside, you had to basically work through that. And they say then when they get to college, they say what happens is that when a kid faces so much adversity that wasn't placed in front of them by their parents or their coaches, like they end up being somebody else and they're not who they think they are. And they say, so how do you find a dog? How do you find somebody when so much of sports is now manufactured with, let me put you in an adverse situation? And so that was like my question to you all from the UConn's coaching staff.
Well, this goes back to something we was talking about when we were talking about a player in the NBA and about how if we wanted them to be a dog, that we said we would take them back to the hood and certain things like that. Because when as Cam and I is growing up, we had to play everybody. Is nobody you get the duck. You every time you get out there. And you had to be the type of player that no matter who's out there, you're going to get yours. Because, pause, we didn't know who was on this team, or we go to certain camps. We didn't know who was there, or we go to a tournament. I don't know who is there. I just know I'm getting what I'm getting, and he's getting what he's getting, pause. So it don't matter who's out there. We come to get busy. We come to win no matter who's out there. And I think that creates dogs because you have to be ready to go at every moment. Like people say today, train to go. These kids are not trained. Most of them are not trained to go. Like you said, they're manufacturing the adversity, which is bad because you're not getting to see where they need to grow at because you're so busy making a highlight film of them that you're not able to see where their weaknesses are, where they need to practice, because you're trying to make sure that they make it to the league from the first day they start playing. And adversity is good. I like when people are in adversity because it shows you who they really are under the facade, because while things are good, everybody act good. But it's always interesting to see what people become after their first loss. I watched this in boxing. I watched this in basketball, football, everything. It's nothing like seeing a person take their first defeat and seeing what they become. So I think you would have to allow them to fail. And we live in a society where mothers especially and fathers don't want to allow their kid to fail. And I think that's where a lot of the learning comes from. And the mental stability and fortitude come from going through adversity, and not just adversity, failing. People get to see a lot of our victories, but there's areas we failed in that made us stronger in the places you see us.
The question is how you find a dog, Mo, Paul?
Yeah.
It's hard, man.
Yeah.
The reason it's hard, the reason that it's hard, Paul, is because you may have a kid who have a dog-like mentality but don't have the skill set. And then you have somebody who has the skill set who doesn't have a dog-like mentality. So that's, you could say you got a dog, but is he really as good as he think he is?
Yeah.
He has the mentality to be as good as he is, but his skill set is not matching the mentality. Then you got somebody who's 6'5", could do it all, and passive. You like, yo, this nigga here, bro. You're a waste of height, my nigga. So to find that combination, it's really great, and a great question that you present, because this is why scouts get paid. And this is why people go, you have scouts who you be like, yo, you're sitting there looking at these 13, 14 I'm sitting there looking at Instagram the other day, and they're saying, this is the best 6-year-old in the country for the class of 2037. And I'm like, what? Yo, seriously, I saw the guy, it was like, yo, we got the best 6-year-old in the world, and then he's grad the class of yo, this is what we doing? We 2037 niggas, but that's where niggas is trying to get it at. We go to the gym, Larry. I'm gonna pull his name up because I want to give Shorty his shine too. Matter of fact, I'll put his name in the notes. 1 second, y'all, bear with me. Damn, I definitely put, hold on. I wrote his name down. His name is DJ. Larry, what's the nigga name? Larry, you in there every damn day, man.
Where's he from?
He's from here. Yo, but the name, I'm so mad I can't find this kid name because I wrote it down. It's DJ Tarver. Now that I think about it, DJ Tarver. He's the best third grader in the country. I don't know how he became the best third grader in the country, but he's the best third grader in the country. His father's actually from Akron. He works with Clutch Sports. Shout out to Rich Paul and everybody. But
You talking about Twin?
Twin, you know Twin? Yeah.
Yeah, but come on, man.
Oh, yeah, you from the town. I'm bugging. You know Twin's son?
I don't know his son, but I know Twin, yeah.
Yeah, he was talking about he knew Buck and everybody. Shout out to my man Buck and everybody. But yeah, Twin from Akron. His son is out here, and he's the best third grader in the country, presumably. This is what they're telling me. And I'm like, every time we go to the gym, he's in the gym during school hours. So I asked Twin, I said, school second, huh? He said, yeah. I said, you homeschool him? He said, yeah. I said, I dig it. You know, and I go to the gym 10 in the morning, 11 in the morning, 12 in the morning. He's in there for 3-4 hours. Not he getting there doing his thing. Then he got a trainer. So he's getting trained from 11 to 12. Then he could do his own thing. Then he got some more drills he got to do. And he's 8. So this is back to the question. It's like, are they making it? And I'm not no disrespect to him because I like what you got going on. If my son wanted to play, and that's another thing, your kid gotta want it more than the parents. Even if the parents want it, the kids want it. If you ever watched that movie King Richard about the Serena sister, about the Williams sisters with Serena, he had them go through the trenches, but they wanted it too. Mm-hmm. That was the combination. But shout to DJ, shout to Twin. They in there going hard, pause. So, not only that, so, right. So he doesn't play against third graders. He plays against 5th and 6th graders. Mm-hmm. So let's keep that in mind too. So I'll see him at the gym tomorrow, because he's in there every day. And that's what it's about. To get back to your question, you got to want it. When I sit there and Mase put me on to this kid, we bring him up here and there throughout the few shows. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it is a video out, a couple videos out of Mikey Williams training. Yeah. And it looks like if you ever see Rocky 3 and Apollo Creed in the basement going crazy to fight, right? This kid looks like he's in the gym about the size of this studio, and he's just going crazy, dunking on people, shooting jump shots, dribbling, going wild. Because to me, he's looking at Bronny like, this who y'all want? Watch this. That's a dog. And I don't know, I haven't even seen him play a game yet. But just from watching them highlight reels, you want a dog. That nigga is in the cage growling, ready to come out and act crazy. But I don't know, Mo, to answer your question. This is why the people going around the world to get players, because Mase made a good point. Some of these parents may not want kids to feel. The kids may not want it as bad. You know what? Let me go see what they're doing in Yugoslavia. let me see what's happening in Germany. Let me see what's happening in Canada, because maybe them kids want it more than American kids. And right now, we just had a question about why hasn't it been an American MVP? Why hasn't it been the majority of first-team NBA Americans? Maybe the dogs aren't in this country right now.
Yeah, I think one of the takes that I would say, because what Kayla said was really good, is that in the last 25 years, Mo, the best players in the NBA were not the best players in high school. And this is something that we got to pay attention to. After LeBron, right? None of the top players, from Steph to D-Wade, none of these players that we got were the best in high school. The people who are actually the best in high school, they fizzle out before they get to the league. And because there's so much work being done when they're little kids. And that's something that need to be modified. And I've been doing this study for at least 20 years now, and I can name some of the guys that were supposed to be everything. I mean, it's even guys we remember, Killer, Shea Cotton, Felipe Lopez, the people that were like out of this world in high school. They didn't even become like great NBA players or even average NBA players. They were nowhere to be found. And the same is starting to make sense from the guy that went to Cleveland. What's his name? They got on us for talking about him. He was on Sports Illustrated, as the next LeBron
DeJuan
and
Wagner?
KD mix.
DeJuan Wagner.
Not
Are you talking about DeJuan Wagner?
Bennett. He's 6'8". Yeah, he's from Detroit or Michigan somewhere. But to make a long story short, he was on the cover of Sports Illustrated as the Imani Bates. Is that the name? Imani Bates.
Imani Bates.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes.
Super phenomenal. I mean, in high school, he was playing with college players, all of this stuff, only to get, because all of that is protected. That's what you're talking about. How do you get a dog? You got to let him play against everybody. Like, not try to, cultivate where he's going to play. Just let him go and let him become what he's going to become. And then just work on the things you see that you don't like. That's how you develop a dog. But you can't just try to make him so good that he can't play against this group and that group, because he's going to be missing things.
The only person I would say after LeBron is Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Because even Kevin Durant was second best player in 2006, and Greg Oden was number one, and Greg Oden's missing.
Yeah.
Missing.
Yeah.
Facts, though. Well, this is a great conversation and discussion, but that is all the time that we have for today. Maurice, it's always a pleasure to have you.
Mark, we appreciate you, baby.
Yeah.
Pause. Oh, yeah, by the way, give me 1 minute for you on this show. Tomorrow, right after this show, make sure you tune in on the You're Welcome Network to Talk with Flea. I'm going to talk about the Locks, Dipset, epic battle of the verses. That's just the first part of Talk with Flea, right after this show. My bad, Stat.
That's dope.
Thanks for watching, and as always, it is what it is.
What you want, nigga? Everything, nigga, super size. Two Big Macs, like when they doing them 2 for $5.